10 seconds. Let's do this. Cool. Future Game Show usually has some decent stuff at it, some pretty good stuff. Cheers, everybody.
Please welcome your hosts, Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer.
Laura Bailey and
Hello,
Matt Mercer.
everyone, and welcome to the Future Game
Voice
Show
actors, I
Summer
believe, right?
Showcase. My name is Laura Bailey, though you probably know me best as Abby Anderson in The Last of Us Part 2, or as one
Abby.
of the cast members from Critical Role.
Indeed. And I'm Matt Mercer, the man behind many video game chaos merchants, such as Like a Dragon's Mad Dog Majima and Ganondorf from Tears of the Kingdom. But if it's a Thursday night, I
Ganondorf
also
from
moonlight
Tears
as
of the
Critical
Kingdom.
Role's
Interesting.
Debonair Dungeon Master, where Laura tries her best to test the very limits of my abilities and sanity.
And you love it. But we're here today joining forces for a very different reason. Exclusive video game trailers, and lots of them.
Indeed, and like a whole bunch of world premieres, deep dives, and developer presentations, it's frankly an irresponsible amount of video game news that will be beamed directly into your brains for the next 90 minutes, so buckle up.
90
Don't make
minutes.
it sound so scary. This is gonna be fun. Just keep in mind that if you want to wish list any of the cool games in today's show, then you can head to the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page.
Indeed, and once the show's over, there'll be plenty of follow-up coverage on GamesRadar.com and the Future Game Show YouTube channel.
Well, I think that's all of the housekeeping out of the way. So let's kick things off with our very first world premiere.
Zafar,
World premiere, premiere, premiere.
Got it.
Taki. We gonna find out about your Kopang right quick, okay?
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us. Least we can do is get him out alive.
We've got big enough guns to make justice, all right?
Oh, Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say oh yeah with our hammer.
Missile range in 1 minute.
Brace yourselves. We're going for a spin.
That looks cool.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large haul down this corridor, they shut down this part of the facility. Long time before our arrival.
Fine. Let's deal with those guys first.
Then you load.
So much for those fancy helmets you guys have on.
Zafar, you were right. They shut down this.
Wait! Hold on, I'm coming! I'll cover you.
Man, they got a tech for everything. Why do I feel like this looks like a live service game?
The bird up high shall be thine eyes.
What the hell happened here?
Hey, buddy.
The Expanse, Osiris Reborn. Oh, it's an Expanse game. That's cool. Okay, so you're gonna rebuild this station.
Can I just stop breathing?
Could be a story game. Reminds me of Alien Isolation, but without the alien. Cool. You gotta tell me more though. Gotta see a developer thing.
What a way to start the show! The Expanse Osiris Reborn is an action RPG crafted in Unreal Engine 5, where you can immerse yourself in the universe of the beloved TV series. Make sure it's on your wish lists.
Sounds pretty awesome. And we're treating you to another world premiere right now and swapping
World
sci-fi
premiere,
for fantasy
premiere.
in the process. So let's take a look.
I used to swear by my father's oath. To protect the wards is to protect our people. And if it claims our lives, what's one life lost for the sake of the many?
And now, what do you swear by today?
The only one that matters is my brother. And I will kill the people who took him from me.
Rin, take my hand! Rin!
I hear not the clamor of conquerors. The pestilence must be purged.
Your father was right about one.
This looks pretty interesting. Looks pretty fun.
Once a brick.
Kinda looks like a discount Witcher
Should
game
we fail,
with more magic.
it may spell another end.
Is this a part of a series? Echoes of the End. Oh.
We're thrilled to reveal Echoes of the End, a narrative-driven fantasy adventure coming later this year.
But the fun doesn't stop there.
Cool.
Here's another world premiere.
It's important to note that this is your very first look at the game, but from what I can tell, there's evil residing in these woods.
There's evil. Can't see anything. There you go. No map and just a flashlight to your steps. With the feeling you are always watched. The whispers are all around you. Try to remember. And find your way home. Whispers in the Fog. Wishlist on Steam. Okay.
An isolated cabin in the woods. What could possibly go wrong?
Isolated cabin.
That was your
in the
first look
woods.
at Whispers in the Fog.
It's a psychological horror game from a supremely talented solo developer. Be sure to give it a wish list if you like what you see.
And next up, we've got a trailer for an open-world action RPG based on the beloved anime, The Seven Deadly Sins. Let's check it out.
Seven Deadly Sins. Oh, we saw this at the Summer Games Fest. I don't know if this is the new trailer though. Might be a different one. I don't think so. They usually do the same trailers for each of these events. Climb the monster, that's pretty cool. Pre-register
The
now.
Seven Deadly Sins Origin is coming soon to PC and PS5, but you can pre-register now at 7origin.netmarble.com.
Okay, it's time to learn about what's coming in Season 7 of free-to-play Destructo shooter, The Finals. Let's take a look.
Finals, okay. Haven't seen the finals in a while. Season 7, they said? Are people still playing this game? It always looked fun. I played a little bit.
Then just stick around.
And not that you need any more reasons, but it's time to move on and
Ben. Where have you been? Then just stick around.
And not that you need any more reasons, but it's time to move on and talk about hurdling.
Interesting.
A shepherd simulator
Cut short.
with a whole lot of soul. Let's find out when you can get your hands on it.
Hurdling. You're herding the buffalo, it looks like. Steam demo out now. Okay.
Hurdling launches later this year, but you can try guiding those adorable calicorns right now by downloading the demo, which is out now on Steam. What's next, Laura?
Sleep Awake, which is anything but cute. It's a first-person psychedelic thriller that explores the realm between slumber and death. This game is helmed by Corey Davis of Spec Ops, The Line, and Robin Fink of 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, let's take a closer look then.
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not sleep.
Come along. This way.
You're not ignoring me now, dear, are you?
Spec Ops The Line. 9 Inch Nails.
This is all perfect.
Aren't they doing the soundtrack to Tron?
Resisting the inevitable comes at a cost.
Give me your idea.
Sleep awake.
Sleep Awake is coming soon, so drop it on your wish list.
Yeah, that's gonna make a lot of
We've got a
people
developer
not buy the
presentation
game
for Eric Solm, the Stolen
by
Dream
seeing
of-
that kind of imagery.
It's a cinematic isometric stealth game set in the year 1900.
Oh, isn't that the year you were born?
I am a few months younger than you, Laura.
I don't think so. No.
I must find her
He's all I've got.
before he does.
Eric's Home is a game set in kind of a fantasy version of the early 1900s, and it has a Scandinavian theme style to it. I would describe it as a stealth puzzle game with a very strong emphasis on story, where you play up to 3 playable characters that you switch between, and they have their own special abilities that you need to use together to kind of solve situations and puzzles in a kind of interlaced way where everyone's involved.
It's in the setting of a Scandinavian nature, which not only resonates with me, but with the rest of the world because it's so unique. It's always nice to see something new that people can relate to.
So I've worked a lot with like lighting and 3D rendering, cinematic lighting, stuff like that. So Anders showed me a rendering of one of the movies. It just floored me. I thought it was so beautiful. Then he said, okay, so Tio, what I want from you is I want you to make this look even better.
We play tested the game a lot, and what people usually say is that it feels like I'm playing a movie, but in a great way. River End Games was
I guess that's a good compliment.
On the idea
People say that they're playing a movie
if you have
when
the
they play
right
with you.
mix of people, then perhaps a really small team can still make something that's actually pretty cool.
How is this made by 16 people? Like, why is this quality so high?
A little now and then I sit down in the couch and I just enjoy a fresh build. And the story just gets to perform. You're just drawn right in. It's a magical feeling.
I'm really excited for players to just discover this world. Eric's Home is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Game Store. And we have an exclusive trailer that we're about to show you that will reveal the release date. I hope you enjoy.
Okay. I can see it. It looks kind of like an interesting isometric game. It's got tactical gameplay, combat style. Crixholm, The Stolen Dream, July 15th.
Thank you so much to our friends at River End Games for that window into the world of Eric's Home. It's coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 on July 15th.
So go wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. All right, now we've got a new trailer for a cel-shaded shooter with gameplay inspired by the Stalker series. Here's the latest trailer for The Explorator.
Very vibrant right off the bat. I like a little vibrance in my games. interesting. I did not expect this gameplay. Thought it was going to be some kind of mystery game. The Explorator. Okay. Not bad. The Explorator.
The Explorator is launching into early access today, so go check it out on Steam. And support the developers on the road to launch.
Constance is up next, a Metroidvania where you wield the power of a paintbrush to escape a decaying inner world.
Live into my interests.
Wield the power of a paintbrush. Sounds familiar. Remember that one where you play as the guy with the broomstick, like a broomstick, and he just uses the broom to sweep everybody around? I forgot what that game was called. Constance. November 24th.
Constance is coming to PC on November 24th, but there's a demo available on Steam if you want to go give it a go after the show.
Those of you who have tuned in before will know that during every future game show, we create a trio of deep dives into some of the most exciting upcoming games. Our ones to watch, you could say.
First game we're tackling for the summer showcase is Titan Quest II. Now, fans have been waiting since 2006 for a sequel to Iron Lore's cult classic action RPG, and the good news is, it's right around the corner.
So let's dig into the details with the help of Grim Lore Games.
Titan Quest 2.
Tell us the whole story. Tell us.
Is this a new Titan Quest? Titan Quest 3?
Titan Quest 2 is kind of your Diablo-esque action RPG, but it's set in ancient Greek
I thought this
mythology.
came out already.
You really can immerse yourself in what you associate Greece with. You'll be fighting these mythological monsters, some of which we came up with ourselves, some of which are from Titan Quest 1. Greek mythology also has become very much part of pop culture in the last 2 decades. Some other games have had great success with this, and we thought that we have this great IP on our hands, why not use it? In Titan Quest 2, you'll be playing as a
Maybe they don't
rather
have a
unknown
sequel.
hero character.
I
You're
thought
not
they
really
did,
a
though.
hero yet. You're honestly just training to be a capable fighter. You have a master called Aristano. She's from Sparta and used to be a priestess of Nemesis, as you'll find out later. You will build up
Spoilers.
your own worth over time as you prove yourself in front of the gods. Gameplay-wise, Titan Quest 2
Prove
is
myself
very
to
much
the
a
gods.
classic ARPG. But we've got our own twists in there with like the mastery system, for example, where you merge 2 masteries into one instead of just being given classes. So you have to find these little entanglements that you can have between the 2 masteries, these synergies, and make the best use of them possible. From there, you can take your character in multiple directions. The mixed
Mythical
classes is
god
something we
Diablo.
support quite a lot, actually. But the core fantasy stuff, just a tanky warrior, of course you're gonna have that. You can take your character in many directions, and choice is at the core of our game. Your abilities will be modifiable, so each of them has like these several modifier choices that you can equip into your skill. This is our little innovation in this space. We are not going to be doing any microtransactions in this game because we don't believe in
Well, that's
that
good.
form of monetization in general. We will be doing traditional DLCs, however. So after the 1.0 launch, we'll be putting out larger DLC packs, which will include additional chapters, so more content in general, bosses, creatures, areas, and masteries, of course. So Titan Quest 2 will be coming to Steam Early Access very soon. You can wishlist it now already. And we're looking for a summer timeline for this. And then later, the other platforms.
Interesting art. I like the way it looks. HQ Nordic.
Titan Quest 2 is coming soon, and you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. Wait, legendary actor Yui Lowenthal?
The Spider-Man to my MJ? What are you doing here?
Hey guys.
Hey man.
I was just, wandering the sound stages, taking in the sights and smells, and then I heard you guys making noise about video games out here, and I thought I'd join in.
Okay, well, I mean, since you're already here, why don't you take the next trailer? Well, right?
I mean, if that's okay with you guys, I don't
No,
wanna...
no, it's great. Work your magic. We'll just be over here.
All right. Got you. Well, get ready, folks, because it's time for another world premiere. This one's a follow-up to a beloved puzzle adventure that launched back in 2020.
World premiere.
I have seen things that should be forgotten. I've tried to escape my past. I've had enough of death and madness. But the world is changing. Some now search for answers in the far reaches of the world. For shocking secrets and dizzying marvels. For there lies upon this world of man a mocking and incredible shadow
All of the Elder
out of
God.
time.
Call of the Elder Gods, starring yours truly, is a Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Classic marketing.
Classic.
Anyway.
All right, catch you later.
Bye.
I gotta wander.
Hell yeah, thanks for coming, man. Bye. See you, bye. Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other voice actors hiding on set, we'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
I'll stay here.
3 bio cores. How hard could it be? Hard.
Capture the flag.
Narrative puzzle adventure coming
What
soon
is
to
happening?
PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
What is this?
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but...
Bio cores.
So weird.
Hard.
We found paradise.
We got company. Who won? Let's haul ass.
Ascendant.
Capture
Wishlist
the
now on
flag
Steam.
on crack.
Capture the flag on crack.
Welcome to Veil of the Witch, a turn-based tactical RPG with a roguelite twist. You play as Ash, a shipwrecked castaway with no memories and a big-ass sword.
Let's see if I remember how to use it.
5 years after a bloody civil war, you wake up trapped on a mysterious island filled with monsters, cultists, and a whole lot of zombies.
Suffice to say, this whole island is a madhouse.
Combat in Veil of the Witch is built for hardcore tactics fans, with an emphasis on speed and brutality. That means a small party, tight battle maps, and enemies that can drop you in just a few hits. To stand a chance, you'll have to master each ally's unique kit, whether that's frontliner Marco, glass cannon caster Laurent, or backstabbing cutthroat Emil. All your abilities work on a cooldown, so you'll have to think smart and learn to juggle. You can also level up and unlock new skills right in the middle of battle. Surrounding this rock-solid core is a branching roguelike structure focused on skill in the face of unpredictable challenges. Face off against cool bosses.
Burn! Beacon of the dead!
Get your shit wrecked. Then head back to town, where you can unlock upgrades, chat with allies, craft equipment, and more. And if you're real nasty, take on Trials mode for bigger challenges and better rewards. Fight, die, rise again stronger, then come back and conquer. Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch. Early access available now on Steam, and coming soon to Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch.
Apocom. That was interesting. The Future Game Show.
Can anyone hear me?
Dispatch to Unit 1. There's an ongoing fire.
Unit 1 to dispatch. Copy. Supply line ready.
Break that door open!
Let me get that sturdy Halligan first.
The crows are about to catch fire!
Get an attack line in there!
Gotta go scout the area. That was close.
Cat, you're good? Found one of the victims!
Please, get me out of here.
Heroes. The world is full of them. Sons and daughters of farmers with too much bravery.
Some weird editing going on with the Future Game Show. Like, I don't even know what this is.
But what is
it's
a
just
hero
randomly
without
cutting.
A princess to save, without dragons to slay. Nothing. That's where you come in. As an agent at the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs, you will ensure everything is as it should be.
The Bureau of
arrival.
Fantastical and
Inside
Arcane
this
Affairs.
cave, you'll find a necromancer who, according to our reports, is a complete and utter embarrassment to the story.
The book is titled Hellgates Anew, Your First Ritual Sacrifice.
As it turns out, putting the soul of a demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
Can anyone hear me?
Dispatch
So
to Unit
confused.
1. There's an ongoing fire.
Unit 1 to dispatch.
Didn't we see this already?
First.
Dragon, you come in. You will
Bro, this game, this event, what is going on?
The book is titled
Come on.
Hellgates Anew, Your First Ritual.
Skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
We, the members of the United Builders Union of Enchanted Settlements, hereby announce a strike, effective immediately.
It's the inspector, here with their cushy job and their clipboard that decides if we have to do more work.
A dragon attack? That is not in the budget.
But what is a story without a good hero?
It's not in the budget to deal with the dragon
One
attack.
sanctimonious swing, you lop his head off. It hardly felt good, but incompetent evil is still evil. We are happy to welcome you, our newest agent to the cause. Wish list Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs today.
Oh, that's one for the critters. The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different. This one's for the fans of shooters, anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
That's me.
Y2K aesthetics? What does Y2K aesthetics mean? I don't know. I don't think I understand what Y2K aesthetics means. The razor.
もしもし、うん。はい。
But what is a story without a good hero at its head?
Bro!
With one
This
unsanctimonious
event!
swing, you
You're killing me right now.
Fans of
Waifu.
Okay. Free Alpha Live now.
Waifu
Free
Tactical
Alpha.
Force is a 3v3 anime shooter coming soon to PC, but you can jump into the open playtest on Steam after the show.
Now we've
Anime
got a trailer for an
waifu
action
shooters.
platformer inspired by the ancient art of
They've
paper
learned.
building. Let's take a look at Hirogami.
Hirogami. I think I've seen this before. Oh, you can come pretty much whatever you want. That's neat. Could just be a piece of paper if you wanted to. Hirogami. I'm surprised they didn't cut the trailer.
Hirogami is coming to PC and PS5 on September 3rd. Fold it into your wish lists on Steam and the Epic Games Store. And check out the free demo, which is available on Steam.
Okay, time for an update on Eve Frontier. This is CCP Games' Spacebound Survival MMO.
Really? An update? It's pretty much a new Eve game, Chad. Eve has been going
Frontier
since...
is an invitation
my
for
God, the
everyone
mid-2000s.
that have had the idea in their brain to make a game. And often the best way to make a game is to start and modify an existing game. We have now created an MMO server-side modding platform, and we offer an invitation to you to come and build with us. You can build tools, you can build worlds, you can do so many things. And this is a great way to start your game development adventure by sort of playing around in the amazing survival space horror sandbox we have created. When we made Eve Online, we very much wanted to make a sandbox experience where most of the things and the infrastructure in the game would actually be built by players. But we did build quite a bit of it ourselves. Seeing what emerged from Eve, especially when it comes to the third-party development ecosystem, we could actually give a lot more agency to players to literally build the world. So as we go through this process of stripping down to a survival game, we are on the other hand building up an amazing modding platform. Basically what Eve Frontier enables third-party developers is to mod the actual server creating additional software that both read and writes the world state. And that, I think, will enable something truly astounding that has never been seen before. But this is very much inspired by the third-party ecosystem that is developed around EVE Online. We are basically supercharging that with the smart assemblies and the modding platform we're built into Frontier. And what we have seen so far in our various hackathons and events, and what we've just seen in the sort of builder community overall, absolutely delivers on that vision in spades.
Founder access.
Founder access for EVE Frontier is available now, and you can head to evefrontier.com to jump in and find out more. What's up next, Laura?
We have a brand new trailer for Formula Legends, an arcade racing game that covers the history of motorsport.
The history of motorsports? Looks to me like a blocky Roblox racing game. You can actually see the Roblox characters in the background. Though I suppose that shouldn't stop anybody from making a racing game, right? Especially since modern day racing games are so expensive now. If you can get people into less detailed racing games, I mean, why not? Surprised the trailer hasn't cut off. Formula Legends.
Formula Legends is racing towards release on PC and consoles, but you can play the demo now on Steam and also wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store. But for now, let's keep it rolling with our Ones to Play section, which is a future game show staple. It's a montage of exciting games that you can play on Steam right after the show.
So if you like what you're looking at, don't hesitate to download a demo and dig in.
First up is Catastrophe. This is an action roguelike where you play as
I feel like I've heard
abducted
this
by
one before,
aliens
yeah.
and repel enemies with your trusty sidekick, the Star Cursor. Players can mod Polo's abilities to settle on a unique play style and pick their route through a series of interstellar environments.
Next up, we've got Phase Zero, a survival horror throwback with
it is
fixed
literally a
cameras and
Resident Evil
immersive
game.
pre-rendered environments. A menacing illness has descended on the town of
Phase Zero.
Can you solve puzzles
gotta
and
check that
tangle
out.
with monsters to make it out alive?
Or what about Bloodgrounds? It's a gladiatorial roguelike with a city builder twist. You'll recruit, train, and command a crew of warriors in strategic turn-based battles, then develop a coastal city in the interim. Carve your name into the annals of history and spill buckets of blood in the process.
Last but not least, we've got How to Escape, Lost Submarine. With one player on PC or console and the other using a mobile companion app, you'll communicate and collaborate to complete puzzles and stop the outbreak of war. No pressure.
That's not bad.
That was our Ones to Play montage. Be sure to follow up on anything that caught your eye.
But let's keep on sailing with another exclusive trailer for a naval combat simulator set in the late 18th century.
Naval combat sim. Black Flag 2.
Every voyage begins with a plan. A vision etched on parchment, foretelling glory or downfall. It is in our nature to conquer what others fear. death and dishonor, fame and fortune. The life of a sea captain is one of duty and relentless pursuit. True riches are not in gold and jewels, but in the stories we bring back and the legend we become. We arrive, but never at our final destination. So we chart our next course. We sail. We fight. We endure. For the voyage is life. And life is the voyage.
Boy.
Join the crew today on Kickstarter.
There's quite a few of these days now. There's one for everyone, I guess. Right? And that's a good thing.
Check out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam.
So Kickstarter is still a thing. I didn't know that.
Montage is
I
up
thought
next,
Kickstarter
so
was done.
Say goodbye to our corporeal bodies and hello to our disembodied voices.
What Matt means to say with that Gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant. Flickshot Rogues is a turn-based strategy roguelike where you trade tactical trick shots for devastating damage. Across a constantly shifting cartoon peninsula, players will trigger explosive combos and commit to game-changing upgrades. It's coming to PC later this year, but you can try it for yourself ahead of time by checking out the free demo on Steam.
Now let's take a look at Under Par Golf Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold terrain to create world-class courses and then try them out firsthand. As well as placing the green and obstacles between, you'll manage staff, budgets, and customers on your way to crafting a golfer's paradise. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament, you can freeze time to anticipate attacks and topple voxel monsters. Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in the
out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter.
Oh, this is ridiculous, dude.
On your way to create
free demo on Steam.
Now let's take a look at Under Par Golf Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold terrain to create world-class courses and then try them out firsthand. As well as placing the green and obstacles between, you'll manage staff, budgets, and customers on your way to crafting a golfer's paradise. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament, you can freeze time to anticipate attacks and topple voxel monsters. Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in the meantime, you can check out the free demo on Steam and drop it onto your wish lists.
Ascend to Zero.
Or how about Animal Kind? This is a cozy cooperative town building game where you play as a crew of adorable critters in mech suits. Players will use their industrial-grade opposable thumbs to scavenge the landscape for materials and establish a community of cute creatures. Animal Kind is coming soon to PC, but if you head to the Steam page, you can sign up for the alpha playtest, which is arriving in July.
Next up is Don't Wake the Beast, but the developers have sent over an intricate overview, so I'll sit this one out.
Hi, my name is Timek. I'm the game designer and producer behind Don't Wake the Beast. Don't Wake the Beast is a stealth roguelike in which your goal is to steal as many treasures as possible and run away from the beast. The tricky part is that each treasure has its weight, and the more you pick up, the more noise
It's gonna
you
be
generate.
just like Smog. Oh my god,
But
this
when
is
you
perfect.
fail, there's
Hobbit,
always another run.
Erebor
My
game.
game will feature 4 biomes, all
Can't
with
wake up
unique
Smog.
mechanics and beasts. It's scheduled
That's
to release
awesome.
in 2026.
Listen, anybody ever wanted to be Bilbo while they're
We're
getting
rounding
chased by
things out
Smaug?
with
This is the
worship.
game.
A cultist simulator where you try your best to bring about the end of the world. Inspired by Pikmin, this cute and creepy multiplayer roguelite tasks you with performing blood rites and recruiting followers to please the old ones. It's coming soon to PC, and you can wishlist it on Steam.
That was our spotlight montage. We hope you enjoyed the summer showcase selection. Laura?
Oh, it's time for an update on Scum, the survival shooter with poop mechanics.
What?
Not as in like they're bad, no. Just like you have to manage your bowel movements to survive.
Oh, I might actually learn something. I love video games.
Oh my god.
Peggy 18.
Video games. People who are not ready for Scum. Penis size. Wow. Very weird marketing. You're marketing
Those
bad reviews.
Inspired reviews have grabbed your attention, then we're here to help.
Yep, you can head to the link on screen right now for a chance to win one of 100 keys for Scum 1.0.
And if you're not one of the lucky winners, then you'll just have to jump in with the rest of us when it launches on June 17th.
Now, our next game is a squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs. Here's the latest trailer for Death Ground.
Deadly dinos are on the loose in Death Ground. Whether you dare to enter solo or in a squad of up to 4 players, you must do everything you can to survive in these dinosaur-infested, abandoned facilities.
Could you survive? Hi, we're Jaw Drop Games, the indie dev team behind Death Ground.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the raptors, specifically Utah raptors. So unlike velociraptors, which are much smaller, they measure around 7 feet tall. I'm about 5'3", so that's a pretty menacing heights comparison for me.
We've spent most of our development time taming them, and it's been a huge challenge because...
How do you get something that size with that tail to behave all in multiplayer?
Exactly. Of course, there'll be other dinosaurs for you to
So
deal
this is a
with.
4v1 dinosaur game. Okay.
The #1 culprit for causing chaos is the Compsognathus, aka the Compy.
What might look like a decent hiding space for you as players might actually be a refuge for these little creatures, putting the terror in territory.
As for other species, you may spot the Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus, and Triceratops roaming around in the background.
And the next thing you know, you're being chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay. Oh. That's cool.
There are multiple maps and missions that will be playable at launch. Mission Command, the single
Oh
player
yeah.
tutorial
Oh yeah. This is
and
definitely inspired by
Geothermal,
Jurassic
where
Park.
You'll need to repair everything so you can restart the power
In
plant.
fact, Jurassic World devs are probably like, okay, we need to make something like this happen. Do
And
it.
Biomedical, which is
Do it
my personal
now.
favorite, where you'll have to sneak in and steal raptor eggs. You know, for science.
Each mission is replayable and is an important piece of the puzzle. Each detail or collectible that you come across will help you unlock the lore and discover the truth about the disastrous events of the past.
Death Ground is launching on Steam Early Access this year. Keep a lookout for our roadmap.
Evolve 2. More evolved.
Death Ground is launching into Steam Early Access later this year. Keep an eye out for Roar news on that front.
I am refusing to acknowledge that pun, so let's move on with our second Ones to Watch deep dive.
Roar news.
Here's
Get it,
Rogue
chat.
Factor to tell us more about the
Roar
studio's new
news.
weird action-adventure game, Hell Is Us.
I think we've seen this before. Yeah.
What happened here?
It looked good.
Madness.
I thought it was Death Stranding when we saw it.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jacques Delatet, and I am the Executive Creative Director and the Executive Art Director on Hell Is Us here at Rogue Factor. So the game that we've been developing for pretty much almost 5 years now is a game called Hell Is Us. So the game is definitely like an action-adventure game.
It is set in the world of Adia. It's a rogue state where there's a lot of really weird things happening. You play Remy. He was born there. Yeah, he was raised in a foster system in Canada, and he's going back basically to find answers.
This thing that games do now, contemporary games, where
Quick puff
the
chat.
adventuring is just,
I'm here.
if you think about it, the exploration and the discovery, they're only there by theme. You had just been following marker after marker, and until the last marker is over your actual thing you needed to find. Almost all the variables connected to the exploration and connected to your discovery are given to you in a silver platter. So we look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works if you think about it, right? We basically orient ourselves by sight and hearing and what people tell us, right?
Once in the woods, follow the wind chimes. They will lead the way through.
You talk to NPCs and they're literally going to tell you a clue, right? So Rebecca and Jova, when she kind of hints you where the Owen convoy, the direction that it took, she says, I don't know where they went exactly, but I know they took the road that goes behind the weird monuments. And she says, you can see them from here. And as you're
That's
talking to her,
freaky.
behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument-looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that if I go and then you go there and you see the road that turns and it's maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique and it works really well. Like any game, especially a game of almost 40 hours, sometimes it works better than others. No game is absolutely perfect, but
a game of
very
almost
much,
40
it's the
hours.
joy of exploration, the joy of discovery. Yeah.
The Abbey is closed. Official AAF business.
Of course, we can't talk about Hell Is Us without talking about our monsters. And the enemies, the limbic entities, are physical manifestations of human emotions, of human negative emotions. What does an emotion look like? Who knows? So we had many iterations. We ended up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit, it's just a husk. That's why we call it the Hollow Walker. And it's a bit like a facsimile of a human being who's felt this very strong negative emotion. And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, So you'll be able to play Hell Is Us on September 4th, 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
Coming soon. Not bad.
Wishlist it now because Hell Is Us is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th.
All right. I
Wow,
think
that's
we're
just a
due
few
another
months
world
away.
premiere, don't you? This one's an action-adventure set in a drop-dead gorgeous
World
cartoon
premiere.
world.
And it stars some very familiar faces.
Wait, is it us?
Maybe. Let's throw to someone who knows while I take this totally real phone call. Hello? Hi.
Hey Laura, hey Matt. I'm super excited to be back on the Future Game Show where I belong, and you are doing a fantastic job. Like I said to the producers when I was hosting, if you strike me down, this is live, isn't it? Oh, so yeah, New Tales reached out, and I am officially in their game. Actually, seeing you just reminded me, they're looking for a killer writer who can also perform. Let me call Jasmine. Look, it's fine. You're doing great for time. Hey, Jazz.
Hi, Sam.
I've got a really cool gig. Want to join me in a game? If we're both in, I'm pretty sure Matt and Laura will be on board too.
Yeah, sure. I'll be in a game with you. But only if you're coming to the D&D group next week, because our party could really use a barbarian.
All right. I guess we're all doing this. That was easy. So let's check out exactly what...
She gives me Felicia Day vibes. You guys remember Felicia Day? Not many do.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I go so. Everybody everybody know you know when it click through. Try to send this bus to be a slow beat grind. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody drop when I'm in it. I'm so. Everybody know I'm on. You know when it click through. Try to send this bus to be a slow.
Fading Echo.
That's right, we're joining Samantha Bayard, yes, Karlak herself, and the awesome Jasmine Bular in Fading Echo, coming to PCs and consoles next year.
And you can wishlist it today on Steam or the Epic Games Store. Go, 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 go!
We got another block of back-to-back trailers up next. Let's dig in.
We have been blessed to live in times of peace, but our city is not without its enemies. The demons above, and the beasts below.
All right, I'm pumped. Let's do this.
You're going to be bishops too?
Through Sheo, all things are possible. It's time the three of you learn the true purpose of the bishops. Listen up.
We recruit from the finest soldiers in the church, and still, 1 out of every 3 bishops doesn't make it past the first year.
Does it get easier after that? We gave you those robes for a reason.
Ooh.
Damn, I love the church.
Sacrifice? I think that's what it's called. Oh. Arcade icon. What? More stages to be. What's the name? There's a lot of classic Galaga style shooters. Story mode. Arcade mode. This looks fun. Parch starter mode. Nice. What is the name? Truxton Extreme. Wishlist now. Truxton. Ah. Play during Steam Next Fest next week. Or in a few days, actually. Got him. Get wrecked. Oh, player 2. Banner of the Spark. Your favorite cavemen are back. New game? Joe and Mac Retro Collection. Wow. Live on Kickstarter. Interesting. So not enough support to get anything but a Kickstarter. Interestingly. The original trilogy returns. Looks like a Super Nintendo game. This game was popular enough to get 3 games in a trilogy. 3 games. Hey, look, new art. Sign up on Kickstarter.
We're back, and you can wishlist all of those games by heading to the
Future Game Show Steam page.
The Future Game Show's Steam page.
With that out of the way, it's time for a spine-tingling closer look at the next game from the minds behind Until Dawn.
Directive 8020 is about a deep space mission to save humanity and the shape-shifting alien.
Oh man, we're in for some dialogue, chat.
Let's throw it over to
Prepare
Supermassive
yourselves.
Games to find out more.
Supermassive Games.
To do this, just lower the gun. Not until you move from the scanner. Those things can change shape.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
This is looking like an Alien Isolation type game, which I like. It's gonna be a while before we get Alien Isolation 2, which they are working on now, which is cool. Burn.
We need urgent assistance.
Trust no one.
Please.
Directive 8020. Dark Pictures game.
But
Over
what if that went
second.
differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle, creative director on Directive
But what if
8020,
that
and I'm
went
here to
differently?
share with you a new feature
Like a shirt,
that
it's
we've
a cool
added for the
shirt.
first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your choices. As with all our games, Directive 8020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents
Isn't
you
that
from
Monica
rewriting,
Rambeau?
but still lets you view
Or
the decision tree.
her mom?
Turning Points will be available
Monica Rambeau
both digitally
Senior?
and physically for all copies of the game.
Looks just like
and when you start your very first mission.
Directive 8020 introduces the ability to rewind and change your choices to see the consequences in each branching path.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025. And if it's not on your wish list already, go fix that.
Our next game is just as scary, but for entirely different reasons. Cairn is a death-defying climbing simulator with a meticulous control scheme.
Oh yeah, this is the
And
we
here's
saw
the game
this
maker to
at
tell you
the
more.
PlayStation State of Play.
Cairn is what we call a survival climber.
I remember because
Your
after
goal
it
is to climb a
came
mountain
Mortal
and reach a
Kombat.
summit no one has ever conquered. You can climb almost anywhere, and the climbing mechanics are highly realistic. You'll need to carefully manage your balance and stamina. Make a mistake, and you'll fall and get hurt. For the first time, we are also showing what it's like to climb at high altitudes. When you get up there, you'll face ice walls that require you to use ice axes and spikes. But don't think you can just jam your tools into the ice.
Oh, that looks nerve-wracking.
Ice climbing is precise.
You see him like
You'll need to aim for cracks and edges to get a solid grip.
like his legs shivering.
Cairn's realistic climbing
It's not really
system
shivering, it's like
also supports
stress.
mixed climbing.
Like
That
body
means you
weight
can have
stress, I
one
mean.
hand on the rock and the other using an ice tool.
Bro,
It's
people
up
who
to
do
you to
this
read the rock
are
face and choose the most strategic route to the
They're
top.
above many others.
Cairn is coming up on PlayStation 5 and
They
Steam
got
later
strength
this year.
like no other.
You can already give it a try in the demo available on PC and PS5.
Ooh, I would be willing to try that out. There's a
Cairn
ton
is
of
coming
demos
to
out now.
PlayStation and PC later this year. And you can also check out a free demo on both platforms after the show. What's next, Matt?
We're mixing things up with a double bill of trailers. Here are two great games from our friends at Quali.
Another Resident Evil like? Oh my god, it is. Ah, funny. Ground Zero. Oh my god, it's Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero. It's back. Kojima's doing the whole demo thing again. I'm just kidding. That was the thing though, I remember. The Ground Zeroes being like an early Metal Gear Solid 5 demo. People were very excited when they did that. And then the fake out for Phantom Pain being a Metal Gear Solid game, turning out to be Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. What is this? Circulio. I mean, this looks kind of interesting. Like a cool little dungeon exploring game, right? Got some weapons. Actually pretty interesting. Hello. Is that the actual game? It was showing this rat. It skipped to this rat. What is
Hella
this?
is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so give it a wish list on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Moving swiftly on, it's time for a look.
Oh my
at
god,
Ludo.
this something wrong with
This is a
this.
psychological thriller
Vent
where
today,
the
I don't know what's
protagonist
going
is
on.
trapped inside their own home, and we're about to find out when you can play it.
Peggy 18.
How can you distinguish between what is real and what isn't? Do you trust what you see? What you hear? What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? To seem fake? Like a trick?
Very interesting trailer. I like that. Keeping it suspenseful.
How much longer are you going to pretend to ignore it? Don't do it. Don't let him get you again.
Ludo is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
That looks familiar already. I feel like I've
Hello
seen
everyone.
Oh,
I'm excited to be a
Shuhei
part of
Yoshida.
Future Games Show
Nice.
2025.
Yoast
There's so
Inc.
many amazing games
CEO.
coming out,
Okay.
and I'm very happy
It's great to
that
see
I
him
have a
doing
bit
well
more
post
time to
Sony.
play
This
them
guy's
these
awesome.
days. As many of you know, I have been a huge fan of the work of N-Twins. Synapse is my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team. If you are at Summer Game Fest, I shall see you on the show floor at the End Dreams booth.
That's cool.
So, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Reach.
Reach. Halo Reach. It's back, chat. So it's returns. YouTube is experiencing some technical issues. We have alternate feeds on
Ludo
Twitch
is coming
and
to
FGS
PC, PS5,
YouTube
and
if the
Xbox. In
issue
the meantime, you can
persists.
wish list it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
All right. I mean, it looks like it's still going. But this needs to go away.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be a part of Future Game Show 2025.
Oh, no.
There are so many amazing games coming.
What is this? Oh my god. Whoa. That looks fun.
What a mystery. To the annoyance of the duck detective,
Oh,
he is joined by a new
no, come
partner
on.
in solving crime. Freddy the Crocodile. Work together to unravel the truth and nibble on the crumbs of justice.
YouTube,
Right
get
now,
it
we're
together.
working on a simplified Chinese language update that is coming out later this year.
We're very excited for you to play. The game is out on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series XS, and PlayStation 5. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Unacceptable. During this time of year, everything needs to be on point.
Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, has already waddled its way onto PC and consoles, so go check it out if you haven't already.
Okay, we've had plenty of exciting premises so far, but how about a rhythm roguelike from the maestros behind Patapon? Well, get on your dancing shoes, folks, because Ratatan is up next.
Ratatata, ratatata. Oh yeah, I remember this. The devs of Patapon. All right, this text does not need to be there anymore. Wow, this game is super weird, but I like it. I wouldn't play it, but the weirdness is funny. Okay, this text is not on the Twitch version, so we're gonna switch over.
Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on July 25th, but there's a free demo available on Steam if you want to give it a try.
And we're following that bombshell with a new trailer for Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile. An interactive 70s twist on the beloved detective mystery.
It's Poirot, don't you know?
Oh.
It can't be. It's Hercule Poirot.
'70s game.
Monsieur Poirot, I guess you know why I asked you to come.
What do you suggest I do?
Embark on a luxury cruise
And
to
can
Egypt.
you confirm that all the passengers are present for the meal? Yes, we keep the list. Everyone is here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disrupt what promised to be a beautiful day, but I have some terrible news. But we must stay calm if we want to find the culprit. I have a small idea of the situation.
I'm May Leach. My, you got here quickly. I've just finished my latest case. Okay, let's see what I can find.
But someone is lying to me. It is a big case, Miss Royce. A dangerous one. What do we have here?
Thank you, Mr. Poirot. I'm now going to search each of you. Then there's still time to stop them before they strike again.
Tomorrow, the day at least is here. Every question must have its answer.
Agatha Christie Death on the Nile is coming to PC and consoles in September of 2025, but you can wishlist it now on
It looked
Steam
interesting.
or the Epic
Nice
Games
little detective story,
Okay,
right?
I don't want to build up this next trailer too much, but let's just say you're gonna flip.
Oh, the puns.
It's Halloween. Whoa. 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 Ah. Oh! Oh, that's cool. House Flipper 2, Scooby-Doo. Thought it was a Scooby-Doo game, which would have been awesome. But no, it's a...
Zoinks, Laura! House
House
Flipper 2
Flipper.
Scooby-Doo is meddling its way onto PC and consoles this Scootober.
Shaggy
We're
voice.
starting to
Love
close
it.
in on at the end of the show, but not before we show you our final ones to watch deep dive.
Our team behind the scenes visited the Hangar 13 office for an exclusive insight into Mafia: The Old Country. Here's
Yes.
the gory details.
Show me more Mafia. Absolutely.
Mafia: The Old Country is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for what might be to come in the future, going back to 1900 Sicily, so the birth of not just the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where
Sicily.
organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia: The Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible upbringing for a kid, which unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Teresi crime family, and then this game really, this story shows his rise through the
Whoa.
ranks as he goes from being this impoverished young man to a made man.
For Mafia: The Old Country, we moved to Unreal Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics.
Everything's
Every
Unreal
single
Engine
aspect of
5,
the game
man.
has
I'm telling
undergone a
you, tired of this
significant
fucking
graphical
engine.
upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the
I love that
mocap,
shirt.
in the
It's a
acting, in all
rose
of the
with the name
character
on.
performances. That's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show, which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy 18.
Very cool.
Come forward.
I would be scared out of my gourd. Be like, oh God, they're gonna kill me. What did I do?
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor.
That's so
It's a way
cool.
of life. A brotherhood.
You're here because of your deeds and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
This life is one of secrecy. If you make a friend, meet a woman, they must not know about our thing.
It is binding. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Yes, I do.
Then, before the eyes of all here present, join me.
Ooh. Recite the Sacramentorum. Why the lip? Ow. Just do the hand.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo. Benvenuto.
Salute.
Salute.
Very cool. Nice early look. That was a long look, too.
Take a trip to Sicily when Mafia: The Old Country lands on August 8th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Next on our docket is a developer presentation for Tenet of the Spark. If you haven't seen it all over social media, this is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and crush enemies across 3 distinct timelines.
Time-hopping brawler.
Hey, what's up? I'm Artem, the game director at Rogue Games, a small indie team scattered around the globe. We're making our first game, Tenet of the Spark.
The true power of the spark!
It's a cinematic action where you fight bad guys over 3 timelines. Present day, the Viking Age, and the Aztec civilization. All at the same time. You got it, right?
Ancestor, I need you.
And it's not just for show. You have to use all 3 characters to explore, deal with tricky enemy types, and solve puzzles. It also answers questions you thought you'd never ask. Like, how the hell does this black boxer have a Viking for the great-great-great-grandpa? Or why does this train car turn into a giant rock? And the biggest question is, why did they risk a role with such a difficult project? Because we wanted to play a game where you can start with classic 1-2, then send your opponent across the arena with your hammer, switch again to pull this dude a little closer, hit him with a huge combo across all 3
Oh, this is
timelines.
interesting. It is very interesting.
The hell are you? And now we're making that game with the blood, sweat, and spark, Tenet of the Spark. You got it, right?
I got a little mini-me. Look, wash up, wash up.
We're not dropping the release date yet because we want to do it right. But we can say it's coming to both PC and consoles. Follow and wishlist Tenant of the Spark on Steam. And go look at your family album. Maybe your
Tenant of
grandpa
the
was a
Sparks.
badass like mine. You never know.
That's interesting.
Thank you to Roar Games for the inside scoop on Tenet of the Spark. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, so pop it on your wish lists.
Quality.
All right. What have you got for us, Laura?
A first look at gameplay for Creasol Theater of Idols. This is a first-person horror shooter for fans of BioShock and Resident Evil. You fight creepy statues on a tormented island and use blood as your ammunition.
I'm gonna pre-order it right now.
Almighty Son, guide my path.
Blumhouse Games.
In this hour of darkness. As the shadows of the abyss close in.
So this is probably a first-person game? Okay, yeah, definitely. Well, that looks very creepy.
Your sacred light banish them. And if I am to fall, let my flesh turn to ash. So my soul may ascend to you.
Ooh, I do like the way this looks. Yeah, very BioShock.
Consumed in your flames for all eternity.
Very creepy.
Now and forever. Creasol.
Creasol Theater of Idols.
Holy moly, that looks good.
You're telling me. Creasol Theater of Idols is coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 later this year, and your Steam wish lists in just a few moments, probably.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think we've arrived at the final trailer.
Okay, well,
Wow, the final one. It's
Okay.
happening.
I'm thinking we both look into that camera right there,
Okay.
and we're both sad that the show's over. But it's okay because that last trailer is really cool, and so the folks at home will be happy, and we've done a good job, I think. So, does that work?
You know, sounds perfect to me. Please enjoy our final world premiere.
Final world premiere.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Welcome, sisters, daughters of Hortus, to these blessed halls of Porthbarrow. You have been chosen, honored to the parish, to serve the will of Mother. So come, step forward. Let us see what flowers she's given us.
Vert Point.
Such radiant
Vert Point Games?
blooms. So full of promise. Now, I must confess a change in plans. You shan't be entering the garden today. Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tenanted. And tonight, you will be sown!
Ritual Tides. Okay. Very creepy.
No, hold on. I've got something to show you.
Launching on PC now.
Ah, I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
Oh.
That was your first look at Ritual Tides, a terrifying odyssey where you tango with Lovecraftian terrors. Wishlist it now because it's coming soon to PC.
We'll have the full gameplay revealed during the next Future Games Show in August, so mark your calendars for that. However, that does mean we've reached the very end of this year's Summer Showcase.
Don't go anywhere, though, because FGS Live from Los Angeles airs right after this, with even more exclusive trailers, developer deep dives, and world premieres.
We'd like to thank everybody
Really?
who has tuned into the Summer
More world
Showcase,
premieres?
as well as the dream-weaving developers who put their all into those amazing trailers we debuted today.
And remember, you can head to the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page to wishlist your favorite games from today's show. We'll also have follow-up content on GamesRadar.com and the FGS YouTube channel.
I'm Matt Mercer.
And I'm Laura Bailey.
And
this has been the Future Game Show Summer Showcase 2025.
All right. That was a pretty good showcase, you know? Lots of great indie games this time.